You hear those birds chirping back there? Yeah. I think you do. I think you do. I think you do. I really think you do. I think you both do. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, check out this view, huh? A little overcast here today outside of Boulder. Got them mountains over there. Yeah. So, my new favorite thing is something else, but something also that I have been enjoying is, firing up this thing. And while we're rolling, come up with, hold on, reading a thing here. All right, cool. Is while we're rolling, letting things happen. No plan, no idea. I am here sitting up on top of my Jeep. And as I often do, if you've ever watched one of these things of mine before, take a little bit of time, some quiet, see what comes up. So let's do it. Ready? Here we go. Let's talk about Trump. That's what came to mind. Let's talk about Trump. Just you and moi. Okay? Donald P. Keaton Trump. Let's talk about him, shall we? Let's start off with some brainstorming. Okay, brainstorming. You know what brainstorming is? You know what brainstorming is? Let me tell you. Brainstorming is when you throw out ideas into the space and you just let them come out. You don't have any thoughts about good or bad, right, wrong, whatever, because you're just storming with the brain. You're storming with the brain. You just storm. You storm. And you let it all out. Then once it's all come out, then if the group feels that it should happen, is then we start to talk about those ideas that have been stormed out. And then, you can narrow things down from there. So there's a space of no judgment, right, when you're brainstorming. So let's do that. One of my teachers when I was in 3rd grade taught me about brainstorming, and it was Mrs. Brucker. And she was so beautiful. I had the biggest puppy love crush on her. I used to think about her all the time. So I think I felt love in my body. I didn't know what to do. I was like, whoa. Yeah, would have been nice to talk to somebody about that until now, but thanks for hearing me out on that, okay? So she taught us what brainstorming was. And you don't have any judgment at the beginning. That's the key when you're storming, okay? So let's storm about Donald Trump. Okay, Donald Trump, number one for me. Don't know the guy. Number two is the idea that I don't really support the notion of politics, which means the planning, plotting, and scheming to gain power or political power. And what is political power? It's a power to make decisions that will affect other people. And when you're the president, you got the opportunity and the potential to make decisions that affect a lot of your fellow human citizens. All right, you with me? We're still storming. We're storming here. Look at that. Look at that color back there. Nice, huh? Nice, huh? Yeah. Colorado right there for you. All right. So I used to watch The Celebrity Apprentice. And I know you probably did too. Maybe? And on The Celebrity Apprentice, we got to see Donald Trump in the boardroom, and you're fired. Firing celebrities on The Celebrity Apprentice and talking like he's the boss. You remember that? Did you see that? Remember that? That was pretty cool, wasn't it? And so, I feel within all that's being said, and I don't know why I'm talking like a drunk right now, but with all that being said, I'm pretty neutral on Mr. Trump. Pretty neutral. Seems like a guy who ultimately means well. He seems like a guy who really wants to do a good job within his job. And he is very focused on his approval rating. And that part right there kind of sucks. Approval rating. Approval rating. Really? Really? That's what you're going to spend your time focusing on? People who take the polls about approval for president and what those polls say, trying to point them out and say, look, a lot of people like me, blah, 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 blah. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, this person said this, blah, 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 blah. Oh, look, this person said that, blah, 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 blah. And where I come from these days is just recognizing that anybody who takes politics seriously in the USA these days is kind of a dick. Because, man, everybody be taking themselves so seriously. You know what I'm saying? So seriously. Why are you taking yourself so seriously, bro? Oh, because there's a lot of stuff going on, bad stuff, and a lot of stuff that needs to be changed. And look at the state that our country is in. Look at the state that our world is in, Ryan. Ryan, look at that, Ryan. I hear you. I hear you. Check out these boots. You know you like them. You know you do. Might not like me. You like the boots. You might like me. You might not even know me, or like me, or know me, like me, know me at all. And if that's true, then, well, back to Trump and politics. See what I did there? Did you see what I did? No? No? I'm going to go back? No? You are a mischievous little watcher right there, you watcher. And I do have somebody in mind right now that I feel like I'm talking to. It just changed. It just changed again. It just keeps changing. So anywho, see what I did there? Yeah? Bam! What do you think about Trump? When you hear that somebody supports Trump, whatever that means, likes him. If you hear that somebody likes him, what does that do for you? If you hear that somebody doesn't support him and doesn't like him, what does that do for you? These are really, really valid and extremely exquisite questions if you pay attention to what I'm doing here. Okay? Yeah? No? You with me? Yeah. Okay. Well, let's just say that it's probably in every single human being's best interest to at least recognize that Donald P. Keaton Trump is also, just like you and just like me, what we call here in Colorado, human being. And it's like, just when I go like to Myrtle Beach for spring break, and there's like people from Rochester, New York there where I'm from, and we see Rochester people and we're like, yo, Rochester, yeah, 585, fuck yeah, bro. Fuck yeah, Rochester, bro, you Rochester, boom, pound it, boom, 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 yeah, oh. You know, just because they 585. And when it comes to Mr. Trump, I tend to take the same type of internal stance towards him. It's like, yo, you on Earth, and you got skin and a body and hair and fucking genitalia and like, man. So yes, everybody who has that, I support you as a being. And that ain't necessarily saying anything about what I think about what you say or what you do or whatever, but like, yeah, human being. It's a nice place to connect with others because it's like you got it in common, right? You're human, I'm human. You are human, I am human. Hey, hi, yeah, hello. Yeah, that's it. You got it. And so being ultimately neutral on it, it's super interesting to live life, particularly here in Boulder, Colorado, which is known as one of the most liberal places here on God's green earth. And man, I've been riding with this thing called Ride Along Trump. Okay, Ride Along Trump. I think we'll even call this particular message Ride Along Trump or Ride Along with Trump. Maybe we'll put a little heart next to it, maybe a little cool guy emoji, or who knows what. The options are fucking fabtabulously endless. Thank the good Lord Almighty. You know what I'm saying, bro? You? Yep, you got it. And so, I've been riding along with Trump. It's the sticker that I got. It came through my Facebook feed, okay? And it's a head of Donald Trump. You see his tie. You see he's kind of got a little funny, pouty look on his face. And you put that bitch on the window, and I had it on my Jeep. You can see. I think you can probably see where I had it. Maybe. Actually, I don't really see it. Oh, it was right here. Right here. Maybe you see it here. See the outline of his face, maybe? Maybe. If not, that's where it was. And so the fucker makes you look like you're fucking Donald Trump's riding along in your car. I mean, how fucking genius, brilliant is the person who came up with that fun idea? And I was like, yo, gotta have that. And so I put that bitch on this Jeep. And for like 6 weeks, I was rolling around with that. And here in Boulder, people see Donald Trump and they're like, whoa, like it provokes. It provokes, okay? It is quite evocative, as you can imagine. Like, for instance, this one day, I just got some acupressure done, as I often do. Wow, it's good. It's good. You gotta try it. And I'm fucking sitting in my Jeep, just chilling, listening to a little bit of classical music, windows down. And then all of a sudden, like, this guy pulls up, like, right in the parking spot right next to me, and he's like, hey! He like yells in, and it was like, whoa. And I had a moment where I just realized, like, I don't necessarily like the fact that this bro's yelling at me, but here we are. And I look up and I kind of give him a look like, yes. And he's like, do you get a lot of comments on that fat head? And I was like, oh, the Trump thing? And he was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I do. And then he waits and and he's like, okay, and he drives away. Which fully felt at the beginning like it was somebody who was going like, yeah, like you support Trump. But the best time, okay, before I took it off, because my daughter said, hey, Dad, I don't really like the Trump thing on there. It makes me feel weird. It makes people look at our car, and could you take it down? And I was like, of course I can take it down. And so that's what we did. But a couple of days before I took it down, I'm going up to get some pizza up at Cosmos on the Hill. You know Cosmos on the Hill. You've been there, right? Yeah. And so it's a tight little parking lot. It's up in the college part of Boulder, the college part, okay? CU, Colorado University. And I pull in, and I'm just about to turn into a spot. And it's graduation weekend, lots of people around. And I have my windows down, except for the Trump one, which is on the way back. And I kind of see these like young men up on the balcony of this like little shopping mall that I'm in. And then as I'm pulling into my spot, one of them yells really loud, yells down at me, "Fuck Trump!" Like way louder than what I just did. And then I heard that, and and I just, took a pause, opened up my door, looked up at him like this. It was like, looked up. There's like 4 or 5 guys up there, college age, looking down. And I just looked at him. I was like, if you do, please get that on video. Feel free to send me a copy. So I get out of my Jeep and I start walking towards the pizza place. And as I'm walking towards the pizza place, these guys kind of scurried away a little bit, but they kind of like hung out there too, and they had some trays in their hands. And then one of them yells down to me, "Hey man, you want a dessert?" And as they're asking me, it's kind of like, I don't know what these guys are up to, a dessert. Well, I was like, I'll take a look. So I walk over, and one of these young gentlemen comes down, and he's got a tray of like brownies and shit. And he's like, "Hey, you want one of these?" And I was like, "Sure, what is this, for graduation or something?" And he's like, "Yeah, it is." And I was like, "Okay. Yeah, which do you recommend?" He's like, "Well, maybe the apple ones are good. There's the apple turnover thing, brownies and shit, And so then, as I'm taking the apple thing, he looks at me, he goes, "You know what? I appreciate you." And I said, "Oh yeah?" And he's like, "Yeah, because you fuck with Trump. And I don't necessarily fuck with Trump. But I can see that you're still cool. And you still know it ain't all about that. It ain't all about that. And I looked at him and I was like, man, how old are you? And he's like, I'm 15, sir. I was like, oh, I thought maybe you were graduating. I thought you were college, but you're 15. And he had the crystal blue, clear eyes, just looking right in my eyes. And he said, yeah, I'm 15. And I said, well, wow, man, that's great. And he's like, yeah, man, I feel you, dog. I feel you. You know that politics ain't everything. And that it ain't all about that. I smiled at him. Yeah, man. Thanks for the apple. So I took my apple, turned over, I started to walk away. And he said, yeah, man. He's like, because you fuck with Trump, and it's cool. He said, you keep doing you. That's what he said to me. He goes, hey, man, you keep doing you. And I turned, I was like, amen, bro, amen. And I said, and I think it's a really cool picture. Talking about the Trump thing. I think it's a really cool picture. Meaning, I don't fuck with Trump in the way that he's speaking of. Meaning that, like, I'm riding along with Trump because I'm trying to tell people, like, I support this guy fully in whatever it is that he's doing, you know? So within that, why though are we even talking about any of this? Let's see here. I don't even know. Let's take a little break and then we'll close up. What do you say? You good with that? You roll with that? You hanging in there? You need a snack? Bathroom break? Anything? Whatever you need. Whatever you need. You take care of yourself, okay? Whatever you need, bro. You take care of yourself. Whatever you need. Whatever you need, bro. You need to take time, space, you take it. You need to go potty, you do that. You need to eat something, maybe a little fried chicken, a little something, you know, you do that. You do what you feel is right for you and your body. And you allow your body to do what it will do if you weren't so much fucking in the way with it, you know? That's what you do. That's what you do. So within this, while we're out of here, I'm 22 minutes in, I'm just going to go ahead and call for world peace right now. And with the Lord as my witness, we're going to say, we're going for it. It's a love revolution. I can hear and feel the peace that's here right now. The only thing that got in the way is fucking people arguing about shit and not letting each other fucking relax and shit. And that ain't that difficult. Because everybody just wants to have fun. Everybody wants to be having fun all the time. Everybody wants to be genuinely excited about stuff and know that no one's going to make fun of them for being excited about what they are excited about. And I'm here to do my job. And my job as gifted to me from the Lord God Almighty. See him up there in the clouds, right? Yeah, that's all him. That's all him. He was like, Ryan, I got a mission for you. And I was like, okay. And he was like, I want you to go to that place right there and tear shit up in the name of Christ, all things good, whatever you want to call it, Ryan. Just do some shit, please. Because people there are not being as cool as they could be. And they're all really cool. They're just confused about how they should be spending their time, effort, and energy, Ryan. And I was like, are you serious, bro? And he was like, do I look serious? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, because I am. And I was like, oh. I was like, is it going to be easy? Bro was like, Ryan, it ain't going to be that difficult. What do you say? And I was like, bro, let's do this. Let's do it. Let's do it. You know? So what does that mean? For you. Well. Inspiration here. See, watch. Inspire. Inspiration. Just breathe in. Breathe in, get some quiet. Get a little hit of inspiration. Oh, yeah, that's the good stuff. That's the good stuff right there. Okay. Oh, boy. And so, with all this having been said, welcome onto your own journey of awakening into awesomeness. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you will. You will. Namaste. Do you know what that means? It means the light in me honors the light in you because it's the same thing, and the only thing that gets in the way is a bunch of bullshit. And bullshit's kind of cool sometimes.